Okay. Let me ask you something.
What?
Well, what is it that you really thought that you were doing down there in Panama? And don't tell me you're so naive as to think you were just down there guarding a woman.
¡Encontré a uno de ellos! ¡Chupa, hijo de... ¡Qué brutal! ¡Es nuestro! ¡Hijo de puta! ¿Qué te pasa? ¡Avancen! ¡Todos mantengan la calma! ¿Y qué esperabas, marica? ¡Salid pues, marica! ¡No que muy valiente, pues! ¡Estás muerto, hijo de puta! ¡No pierdas la confianza! ¡Muérete ya! ¡Muévase! ¡Este tiroteo! ¡Nadie se mueva! ¡Ánimo, chicos! ¡Ánimo! ¡Estoy en línea de fuego! ¡Ay, Dios! ¡Mi brazo! ¡Necesito ayuda! ¡Vas a morir aquí, gringo! ¡Ah, mi brazo! ¡Vamos, vamos! ¡Por favor! ¡Ayúdenme! ¡No hay salida! A ver qué me queda. ¡Ah, me clavaron el brazo! ¡No me puedo escapar! ¡Apoyo!
The dead guys looked like soldiers in one of those Central American guerrilla armies. Pirates with a manifesto. Psychos with a dream. That sort of bullshit. The boat was well appointed. The room belonged to Passos, my partner in crime. Or maybe the bed was made. I could only guess that Passos was upstairs in the thick of it, whatever it was. The radio. Maybe I could send out an SOS.
Disparos en la cubierta inferior. Vete a ver qué pasa. Asegúrate de que los burros no derrochen municiones con los tripulantes. Todos los demás siguen buscando.
¡Pasa!
It certainly wasn't the first time I'd woken up with a hangover, long after a party had turned sour. The need to get out of the boat's hull and onto the upper deck as soon as possible was countered by the probability of running into another hijacker. I had to move carefully.
¡Está ahí! ¡Madre mía, qué dolor!
Fire was sucking oxygen from the room. I didn't care if I got shot the second I got out of there. I needed one more gulp of fresh air before I died. It was like the need for a wake-up whiskey after a 2-day bender. How to shut off the fuel feeds. Move, Max. I shut down one engine, but it didn't make much difference. There. I could breathe again. Now the boat could get back to smelling like suntan oil, stale margaritas, and greed.
¡Cúbreme, cúbreme!
So this was the famous Panama Canal. We could have gone to the moon while I was passed out and I wouldn't have noticed. While I'd been dead to the world, some of my shipmates were just plain dead. It was a different scene than the one I'd stumbled away from. Where was everyone? I still didn't know what the hell happened. I didn't like to think what was behind the door. The guys up ahead weren't dealing with passengers like the rest of them. Maybe I should have realized then that this was no ordinary kidnap job. Something on the boat had attracted the sharks.
¡Todos al suelo! ¡Pero mierda! Aquí, gringo! ¡Mario! ¡No seas llorón! ¡Vamos! ¡Avanzamos!
Whatever they were looking for appeared to be gone. After I got out of New Jersey, things had flared up again between the Punchinellos and the DeMarcos. Didn't look like things would die down anytime soon. I was gonna have to stay away from the only place I'd ever known. Daphne Bernstein, a recent divorcee, making the most of her considerable settlement, and Marcella was making the most of her. I don't want to think about it.
¡Puta! ¡Miguel! ¡Vení para acá!
¡Vas a chupar plomo, malparido! ¡Te vas a morir, hijo de puta!
There was something firing these guys other than good old-fashioned socialist zeal. What were they looking for? It didn't make sense. Why would they leave the jewels and rip open the walls? It didn't occur to me just what the other cargo on board could be. was on a ghost ship in a ghost canal. The whole thing creeped me the hell out. The pirates wouldn't get everything. Booze, coke, pills. You could get whatever party favor you wanted on this vessel. Maybe there was something on the bridge. I checked every other inch of the boat. I spotted Passos and Marcelo. If I'd known back then that they'd been up to no good while I was fighting my way through a band of violent paramilitaries and a worse hangover, I might not have wanted to get over to them so bad. Hey, Passos! At the time, I hadn't thought too much about this. I hadn't thought too much about anything. Now I remember it, it didn't seem quite so kosher.
What about, what's her name? Daphne.
Do whatever you think is best.
I think it's best we try to go find her.
Yeah, okay, let's go. Now.
See? I didn't think Passos was a bad guy. He didn't need to try to save this woman or the crew.
Through here.
Didn't realize you knew your way around here. They were using that building to get across the canal.
Let's get her! Eyes up!
There was some equipment in the truck next to me. It'd be a shame to see it go to waste.
We can get across up top.
Man, you got drunk luck. Come on, I don't know how much time we have. I'm moving!
There's gotta be a reason why they're going across the canal.
These are professional soldiers. Take cover, bro. Ya llegó su muerte, malparido. We're good. Come on, let's move.
I don't know what I expected to find. On a boat full of drunks and bullshit artists, I'd been the cabaret act. Shooting whatever came in front of me was easier than coming to terms with that reality. own private welcoming party. That looked like the way up, but it was locked. I had to find a switch. There was probably a control console behind the desk. was nice to see a friendly face in Panama.
¡Mis balas lo van a paralizar! ¡Cúbranme! ¡Ahora! ¡Vas a chupar el lomo, malparido!
I blocked out. Americans had a long and checkered history of involvement in Panama. This was my sorry chapter, for what it's worth. Jesus Christ.
This is brutal. I didn't think things would be like this.
I should have jumped in that goddamn canal myself and swum my way back to New York.
Let me ask you again, Max. What do you think you were really doing in Panama?
I was drinking.
People died. Innocent people. Who do you think robbed you?
I don't know. I was told it was people who disliked Daphne Bernstein, something about an unpleasant divorce.
Her ex-husband worked on Wall Street. Do you think he has easy access to Panamanian death squads?
Guess I didn't really think about it.
You were smuggling something, weren't you?
No. I mean, I didn't realize it at the time. I didn't think too much about it, but yes, Marcelo did drive off with something. I don't know what. I didn't see him until we got to Brazil a week or so later.
I think it was money. I think Marcelo and Victor have a friendly banker there in Panama.
And now Rodrigo's dead.
Exactly. And Marcelo, too. It's an awful tragedy for Victor, huh? A man running on a law and order ticket, you know, whose brothers have both been killed in such terrible circumstances. A true patriot.
What about Marcelo?
Marcelo was an idiot. Were this true, I certainly don't believe he could possibly have known about it. I don't know yet.
And Passos?
Well, Passos is a bum ex-cop. He failed in America, failed in Sao Paulo. He was surrounded by more money and more poverty than his tiny little head can handle. You think guys like that can't be bought?
What about me?
You. You're the fall guy. The American. Running around, acting like the action hero. Killing lots of people. You're a stroke of genius.
That ain't how it is.
You were an angry ex-cop. You were sitting in a bar with a history of violence and a history of a bad temper. You were perfect.
Me and Passos went to the academy together.